Hey, how's it going? This is Mr. Hernandez, and I'm going to be going over the last two questions on this worksheet. And the reason why is because it's kind of confusing with these two. But the easiest thing to do is making sure you start with the y-intercept, and that's going to be 9 here. And it looks almost like 8, looks more like 9 or 10. The good thing is you could try out different numbers. So when you put in the number, you can't just put a number and that's it. Notice that it's red. That means it's wrong. It has to be green to be correct. So it doesn't matter what number you put. Even if it's correct, you have to put it as a point. And to put a y-intercept as a point, you always want the first number to be 0. And then I'm thinking that this is 9. But what if I thought it was 8? I would still get feedback knowing that it's wrong, but when you get the right answer, it turns green. And so that's what you want to start with. And when you do put the equation in, that's the first number that you put in after y equals, you put a 9. But we'll come back to that. And then the common ratio is, well, let me do this one. This one, the y-intercept is 1. And so I'm going to put in 0, 1. The thing that makes this one difficult is not knowing what the second number is. And so when you're going from the y-intercept to the next point at 1, you see it's like, could be like 7, 8, 9, I mean one of those, 10. So the good thing is you could, 1 times something, that's what the common ratio is the multiplier. So what do you multiply 1 by to get to this number? Well, what if it was 7? Nope, that's not right. 8? Nope. 9. So this kind of clarifies where this next dot is right here when you just put a number here. What about the number here? Well, to go from 9, well, that's at 0. And so what number is it at 1? Well, at 1, it looks like it's at 3. So the question would be, how do you go from 9 to 3? And that is dividing by 3. But the way you have to put the common ratio is in terms of multiplication. So instead of dividing by 3, that's the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. So anytime you have these decays where it goes down from left to right, you want to consider a fraction, 1 over some number that you would end up dividing pretty much. It's like, so if I'm dividing a number by 2, that would be the same as multiplying by 1/2. And if I was dividing by 4, that's the same as multiplying by 1 over 4. And so just consider the fraction for an exponential decay. Whereas an exponential growth, that's just a number because it's multiplying by a whole number to go up. Okay, so this is going to be in the form of a times b to the x. To get this arrow up, you have to hold shift and push 6 and then push the x. So the first number, this a, is your initial value, which is 9. That's your starting point. So I'm going to put a 9 here. And then this b, or base, is the multiplier, which is this common ratio, which is 1 over 3. And so you'll be able to do the same thing here. And you don't have to type in the a and b. You could just type in the numbers here and here. But I'm just putting a and b there just to get you used to it, because a is always referred to as the initial value, which is the y-intercept. So here's the y-intercept is 1, so that should be 1. And then after 1, it goes to 9, and that would be our multiplier, because it multiplies 1 multiplies by 9 to get to 9. And there it is. So I'm gonna be pointing to the first and the second number just to make sure that you know what you're multiplying by. So this first number is here, and the second number is here. This first number is here, and the second number is here. This first one is initial value and the second point. Here's the initial value here, or the y-intercept, and then the second point. Here's the second point here. Here's the second point on this one. And here's the second point on this one. Alright, well, I hope that was helpful, and good luck.